Every so often somebody will write me a letter and they'll say something like, well, my banjo sounds funny and I don't know why and I don't know how to fix it. And so every time I run across a problem, I try to make a video out of it to allow people to see what's wrong with it. This is a neck that I put on this down-the-flow banjo a while back, and I was complaining because I said the nut was wrong, and I put this capo on here because what the capo does is it allows the strings, this is the first point of contact at this fret level, and that sounds fine, but when I take that off, it'll actually be it's supposed to be that the strings are playing from the nut itself. You'll notice when I do this, hear that rattle? And this string is actually touching, this first string is touching that fret, the second string is touching that fret. The nut is too low, but something else I noticed, which is really pretty far out. I don't know if you can see daylight between that nut and the neck there or not, but there is. This nut isn't even touching the fretboard. There's like a 1/16 of an inch gap right there, and when I get the angle just right, I can see daylight shining through there. What I need to do, this thing's glued on here, I need to break this loose, snug it up firm against there, and probably wedge something like a little strip of a credit card underneath there to raise it up enough so that it's not touching the strings right here. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll see how she sounds. Well, I got it so the strings don't mess up anymore. I actually had to shove 2 pieces of credit cards right up under the bridge to get it high enough, but now it rattles, and probably the reason it rattles is these notches are probably too wide. I'd be willing to bet the string is literally rattling against the side of the notches on that nut there. It's not as clear as it was before, and I'm not liking that very much, and I'm not in the mood to really rebuild this neck or change it or anything. I think what I'll do instead is just throw my capo right back on here. I'll probably slip those credit cards out. Without that thing on there, it doesn't rattle. So whatever's making it rattle is right there in that nut. So I'm going to slip these. I don't know if you can even see this or not. I'm trying to do this with 3 hands, and I don't have 3 hands. I'm just going to slip these credit card thingies out of here. That nut is floating around, and that's another thing too. If you've got a nut floating, then if it moves, the thing goes out of tune. It was glued before. See, it went